appeal to all new members when joining. So you'll also probably note for the last 5 years, we've been running our own charity, which has a CSR program for IR members, which has been working for the preservation of the environment by supporting the rights of Indigenous people, who, again, some of you will know are actually stewards or responsible for over 80% of the world's biodiversity. So this is something a number of the IR members have been supporting over the last years. If you are unfamiliar with this.
So what we really need to understand whenever we're talking about AI is what is happening, what are we looking at, what is actually going on under the bonnet, if you like. Just because a computer can do something, just because a human action or behavior can be replicated by a computer does not necessarily make it AI. It may be progress, but it's not artificial intelligence in the true sense of the word. What I think we have to be very careful of is that we don't actually place too much or erect too many barriers to prevent us from being able to develop this technology further. I think we have to embrace the technology. Yes, we have to go in with our eyes wide open. Of course we do. But actually, with the likes of people around this table today, if we actually put our heads together and actually work together, I think we can actually try to get to a world where not only can we encourage the safe and practical development of AI,
put the standards around that. These standards can range from the soft law options that I mentioned to technical standards that we're seeing deployed in the field as well. So I think we are a few years away from actually seeing hard AI laws. I think Singapore's approach is to sort of sit and wait and see. So the fact that the EU has come out with its own model law sort of gives us an opportunity to see how that's going to develop. But I think importantly for us, there's still a way to go, but that's where all the legal focus is at the moment.
Global about 5 or 6 years. And I really admire the organization, its leadership, and the members are all great. What's nifty about my new platform is that I have many more opportunities for outbound.
I was able to convince the Obama White House to host its first ever Young Philanthropy Summit. And I got to be in the position of inviting those families. So I literally called up a majority of the billionaire families in the United States and invited them to send family members to the White House. There's a New York Times article on that you can see.
When I joined IR around 6 or 7 years ago, I had made an inquiry about an Africa-focused group, and I'm very glad today that this gathering has started. And I urge the caretakers of the group to continue to organize, perhaps around specific topics and substantive. I think it's really great for people to meet each other. But there are Africa, of course, as we all know, is so diverse and it's so exciting. And there are so many things that can happen, not only intra-Africa, but also with many of the other jurisdictions.
Common sense, what they said, and it's good to have it written somewhere. So yeah. I will try to find it, and I will put it in the chat.
Thank you very much. I'm actually concurring with Stephanie's summary, because that's very much covering what we are facing here in the Netherlands. In the Netherlands, we have a lot of expats working from all around the world.
Well, I can start again and say pretty much, well, I've actually recently just moved from another law firm to my current law firm, Sungo and Creator. What we saw during the pandemic, obviously, was a lot of stimulus, meaning that a lot of businesses that probably shouldn't have been able to survive were actually surviving due to public stimulus. However, there are certain areas that no stimulus could really save, and that's particularly in travel and leisure. So, for instance, airlines, we've had a lot of issues with airline operators out of Denmark, and last year actually I also helped handle the aviator bankruptcy, which came out of a Chapter 11.